Hey guys, I'm Cinnamon Toast Ken, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. And we just found a tree that's got a bunch of freaking bodies in it. Yeah, that's kind of nuts, isn't it? Kind of freaking nuts and stuff. So, it scared me.
Bravo, Watson. Here is what will draw these reptiles in that direction and free the passage.
Anyway, you're supposed to shoot a body down.
Much better. But let's hurry and get ourselves across before we become their next course.
So there's alligators over there. We gotta go over here, I guess. I don't rightly know.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
Nope. So maybe I'm supposed to go over here where the alligators were? Did I save it? Better save it. Just to make sure. I don't want to die to alligators and freaking get a game over. Alright, here we go. Alright, they're cool with it. They're cool with it. Hello? Am I going the right way?
Attention, Watson. We arrive. Stand ready.
Ah!
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
You said that like 3 times, Watson. Shut up. Oh. 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 This is nice. Oh, it's the guy.
Watson, see what you can do for this poor man. His servant took a harsh and terrible revenge by letting him go to these wild men. As for the others, I'm afraid we are too late.
So he's still kicking.
I haven't examined everything yet.
Okay. Your hand is gone. Watson, get to freaking work. Don't just look at me. Jeez. He's dying and stuff. Oh.
Pitiable and blind fools! Are you not aware of the Great One's arrival? Even now, his servants are coming across his kingdom.
Shoot him, Watson.
The enlightened will give up their flesh.
Oh, he's stomping.
to him. All
Stanky leg.
present for his awakening. Do not fight the calling. Soon he will end his dreaming, and your world will be swallowed whole. Bow down and give thanks. You are the food of his new world.
I've got it, Holmes.
Oh, good job, Watson. You got it. You got it. Nice words there, you racist. You just shot that guy. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, whatever.
This sinister figure was also a cannibal. Bored by seafood, was he?
He was a cannibal? How can you tell? Skin color, I guess? Oh, that guy. Right. Okay. So, got some nice calves and stuff. I got it, Holmes. Best animation I've ever seen, ever. Alright. What you got in here, buddy? Ooh,
I won't do that.
I won't do that. You won't do what?
I cannot do this.
Can't? Or you won't? Oh, maybe I can... What the heck? You just spit a freaking book out.
What a strange book. I've never seen these idioms before. How perfect. It'll provide welcome diversion during our return voyage.
How's it even standing up? What else you got up in there? Huh? What else do you have in there? Okay. We shot this dude. He's got the Cthulhu statue out here. A big bloody tree.
A good number of people have been here, not long ago, and indeed not freely.
A bunch of sacrifices have been made. In the blood tree here. There's I guess he was hung up by both arms. Alright. Is that it? It is!
Holmes, help me to carry him to the boat. I really can't say if he will survive the voyage back.
Alright. America! The flag. He's still throwing that knife. Jeez. That knife's gotta be so dull.
By the devil, that'd be Arneson.
Indeed. Do you know someone who can be accommodating and tend to him?
You takes yourselves round and seize that little Lucy what lives on the boat.
I know where Lucy is. Please, help my friends to lift this poor man to the wharf, and I will go find Miss Lucy.
What can we do for you, my pretty one?
Dear madam, could you tell Lucy that we have found Mr. Arneson, and tell her to hurry? This may be her last chance to see him while he still breathes.
Lucy! Lucy! Ah, here you are. This gentleman found you, fella. My God, can it be true? Sure enough.
Sure enough! Sure enough. Who's the baddest? Sure enough. You guys don't even know that movie, do
What
you?
have they done with you? Oh, my poor love.
Yeah, that's Bruce Leroy. The Last Dragon.
He has lost his hand and is in deep shock. But with rest and tender care, he has a good chance to survive these injuries.
Oh, madam, please, please.
If I could have a moment, we found this sum of money, which is a large amount and belongs to Mr. Arneson. I think it is fair to entrust it to your care.
Well, this seems all right then. I will take good care of you. You'll see, my love.
About Arneson's place, there was some disorder left there. If you could be a good man and set things right.
You can count on old Champagne for every little thing. Now that's a fact.
I can see our friend is in good hands. We better hurry, Watson. I see our ship is making ready to leave.
How do you see that? We just got back. Anyway. Hey, it's a whole statue, not a piece of one.
Watson, I have told you several times now, I am not to be disturbed.
But Holmes, you have been locked inside your cabin for all of 4 days now. Outside, the sun is simply radiant, and the wind from the sea...
If you approach me, Watson, I will throw you out. Now, leave me.
Blast it all, Holmes! I am bored. I can't take these sailors' conversations for another minute.
We have an understanding, Watson, each to his purpose. I will look to the translation of the book. You are to study the figures written out by our young friend Davy. Now, get on with your task and leave me to mine.
But you know that these enigmas are not my strong point. Wouldn't you have some other task, which is better suited to my skills, Holmes?
Of course. You're a man of letters, after all. So, return to the bridge, take your trusted notebook, and apply your mind to editing this small writing.
Agreed. On what subject?
It is my monograph on the calculated trajectories of gull excretia. Good day, Watson.
Burn. Burn. Dang, Watson's gonna cry after that.
I see we have received a message, undoubtedly from my brother Mycroft.
Alright, Sherlock, you should receive this letter upon your return from the Americas. Your instructions were followed to the letter in Switzerland, and I believe you will find the result satisfying. Several days ago, the Swiss authorities inspected the Black Edelweiss Institute, where I've been, and found evidence of serious breaches of establishment medical ethics. In total accord with your findings, Dr. Gax was also found and detained. Unfortunately, before anything could be learned, he took desperate measures. He had hidden a small but highly lethal dose of potassium cyanide on his person. Before he could be stopped, he swallowed this poison and died immediately. His employees denied any knowledge of the doctor's murderous activities, and the evidence supports the conclusion that they were merely employees carrying out his orders. No trace was found of the Hindi? Oh, the old man, yeah. However, your friend, Superintendent Bilger, informed me that during the search of an underground level of the Institute, his men discovered a blood-splattered well In this room, they also reported hearing a strange, maniacal laughter that appeared to come from the bottom of the same well. The superintendent thinks, as I do, that the sound was shouting of the patients gathered in the hospital square. He theorizes that due to the odd acoustics present, the sound was distorted. Yeah, the sound was distorted and appeared to be originating from that foul well. I must say, I agree completely with his reasoning, and mentioned the odd report merely to apprise you of all the facts. You should also know that since its discovery, the dreadful room has been condemned and permanently sealed. Although most of Dr. Gax's documents were destroyed before the arrival of the Swiss police, a number of accounting references survived. These were adequate to trace a series of suspicious transactions. Even the famed confidentiality of the Swiss banks has their limits. What I learned, though seeming fantastic, is quite probable. God, this guy wrote a freaking book. It seems that Dr. Gax had laid his hands on a good portion, if not entirety, of Lord Rochester's lost treasure. You may recall the story. Lord Rochester, is it Rochester? The infamous London billionaire married an American woman. They had but one child, a lad named Archibald. After the boy completed his education and achieved his majority, he traveled east to take charge of his father's interests. In addition to his holdings in England, Lord Rochester also held a number of jewels mines in India. And the end of 2 years, Archibald had accumulated a fortune in gemstones, all of the highest quality. The best of these were placed in chests, which he took with him into his ship bound for England. Then his fortunes turned. Neither he nor the gems ever saw land, as a dreadful storm sank the ship near the Indian coast. Only a few of the ship's crew survived. The bodies of the rest were pulled from the sea, with one notable exception. Not a trace was found of either Archibald or the famed chest, and the tragedy took a far greater toll. Lord Rochester was devastated by the news and died soon after. Grief-stricken, Lady Rochester returned to her family home in Boston. She died herself not long ago. What was once a noble family is now gone. What you may not know is that Archibald Rochester had the stones carefully documented and inventoried. Okay. Reading's tough. Before he boarded the ship. I was fortunate to see these very documents recently. Comparing the particulars, I can say with the utmost confidence that some of these same stones, presumably at the bottom of the Indian Ocean abyss, have astonishingly surfaced in the middle of the Swiss Alps. I was unsuccessful in uncovering exactly what facts led Amos Colby, the Northwood Agency operative, to that area, but you may know more about this subject than I am privy to. Sincerely yours, Mycroft.
Strange. Here, read this, Watson.
Indeed, but the possession of such a treasure is an end in itself. Why the devil go through with such an elaborate masquerade?
Money is often the motive of the basest acts, but not in this case. These are deep waters indeed, Watson. These people follow some other dark purpose, so desperate that it justifies any sacrifice and great risk.
You frighten me, Holmes.
I know. Sometimes I frighten myself. Enough of idle speculations, Watson. I asked you to study the figures drawn by young Davy. No doubt they are some cipher. What do you make of them?
I don't know. Don't have any idea. Let's see. Oh, I hope it didn't stop recording. Oh, did it? Did it? Good, it didn't. Okay. So, wow. What? Okay, so that huge number, this is what it says about it. Davy's cipher solution is as follows. The first 9 numbers with a backslash, at the end are an example of how the rest is decoded. 687954312. See that numbers 1 through 9 are present. Look for spots where a number is repeated twice in a row. The first is the end of a set, and the second is the beginning of the next set. Find out which number is missing from the set. So, with all that being said, the number is 564. Come on. Okay, there we go. 564. 366134.
Indeed, they are open to but one possible meaning, even if it eludes me at present. As for my own enigma, I have failed to penetrate the secrets of this book. The language is archaic, and my own modest knowledge of ciphers is sorely tested. I have succeeded in drawing forth only insanities and other absurdities. According to this book, if my translation is exact, if one makes this mark with human blood, and then with conviction recites this illuminating verse, the victim is mesmerized, or demons leave his mind. I tell you, Watson, this reads like complete gibberish. I do not know what to make of it.
How did you say it? What? These drawings, what a horror. I tell you, Holmes, this book gives me great unease, as does almost everything to do with this affair.
I just recalled, Watson. Didn't Barnes, the bookseller, tell us he had studied ancient history? Perhaps he might help us with the translation of this book. We must seek out better minds, for we are at a standstill. I have not the slightest idea where they could have taken these people and what consequences await them. Let's take our leave and see if Barnes might be of assistance.
Well, it makes sense, though, because Cthulhu is supposed to be like an entity of chaos and just not make any sense and make it crazy. So, why can't I even go in this room? There's nothing in here. Oh wait, I can just fast travel, can I? Mark's bookstore. Oh yeah. My old stomping grounds. Is that girl still in the corner? Yep, they're still there. Still talking. Same spot. Alright. How's your freaking sprained ankle?
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, a real pleasure to see you. I say, where have you been? You've stayed away for some months now.
Indeed, we took a very long journey and barely made it back. However, we have more important matters to discuss. Didn't you say you have some knowledge of ancient people, their language, writings, and customs?
Indeed I did, Mr. Holmes. Why do you ask?
I'm gonna lay some knowledge on you, son. BAM!
You are just the man we need. I ran across this esoteric text during our travels and wondered if... Is there something wrong, Barnes?
Mr. Holmes, wherever did you find this? This book, it is worthy of a museum.
If you could be so good as to translate some of these fragments for me, I would be in your debt. I am particularly interested in these pages here. They are in the poorest condition and therefore appear to be the most used.
With pleasure. I will get to work straight away and keep you informed of my progress.
Well. Don't go crazy or anything, okay?
Holmes, whatever shall we do while waiting for dear Barnes to finish his translation?
That's what kind of what I'm wondering, actually. What do I need to do while he is working? What's that? What do? Yes. I need to go speak to my informants. My kids. Girl, you still looking dumb. You're looking so dumb. Ah! Dumb. Alright. Talk to me, boy.
Strand. Get the strand.
I
Three
miss-
ships still missing at sea.
I missed your
All
voice.
aboard feared lost. Get the strand. Latest word on the missing ships.
Give me the latest edition. There's a good lad.
Thank you, mister.
Class temps already calling the storm of the century. Ooh. Footprints that lead back. I'm following my own footprints. Words come in America. Speak rapidly. French police sputter.
Watson, consider the news of all these missing ships. I have an idea, but it will be necessary to secure a chart for the Scotland coast and nearby seas. No point in asking Barnes. I have no desire to divert his attention from the translation.
True enough, Holmes. But where else would we find such a chart?
To the wharfs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We gotta go.
It's elementary. It is a sea chart we seek. We must go to the harbour.
Duh. Duh. I knew that. What's up, dude? Where's old butthole scratcher at? He's gone? What you know about this?
Good day, sir.
Good morning to you, gentlemen. Would you care for a pint? Or perhaps something finer?
Thank you, but at the moment I have need of information and will have to miss another glass of your fine ale. More's the pity. Would you happen to know where I could find charts of the local waters?
They're all kept at the harbour master's office, but I'm afraid only those with port business are allowed to enter. I trust you understand.
Precisely. What I need is a chart of the Scottish area, where all those ships have wrecked recently.
Indeed, such a sad tale. All those poor souls lost at sea. It seems as if the very devil is at work there. Hang on, a chart of the Scotland coastline, you said? It seems to me I have one in my room over there, behind the bar. Here's the key. Take it and have a look for yourself. If you find it, it's yours for the taking.
Well, you are like the most useful, cheap, freaking informant ever.
I need something.
God dang it, it's not even, where do I even, what, here? Yeah! Thanks! That's a sexy stash you have, by the way. Watson. Your stash is not as cool as his. Sorry. What? Door? Better open back up. He's gonna lock me in here. After I said such nice things, he better not. Okay, good. Lord Roger's son embarks for India.
A photograph of Rochester as a young man.
Why does he have that, though? Okay.
I have what we need, Watson. Now, let's examine this map.
Okay. Oh, good lord. Oh, really? What am I even looking for? What the F am I supposed to be looking for? Huh? I can't even tell what's going on. What the heck? What the freaking heck? Okay.
Let us pause to consider the facts, Watson. No mystery can resist an agile mind.
Okay. Oh, good. Whew, I was really worried that you were going to betray us for some reason. Let's see here. Let me look over here, and I have no idea what to do next. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Wow. Wow. Hang on, I gotta... Okay. So, Jesus. I would have never, ever figured this out. Okay. So, go down to 5. Well, wait, which way? Can't go down any further. I forget which way is longitude, which way is latitude. Come on, tell me on here somewhere. I forget. When is up when? God dang it. Oh, man. Crap! Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. So 5, 6 degrees. 5, 6 degrees. So that's around, let's see, 4, 5, 6. 20, 50. That's like, okay. And then 6, 1. Should be here somewhere, maybe? Oh.
Watson, that's what those mysterious figures meant. Longitude and latitude. They indicate a point along the Scottish coast called Ardnamurcombe. Let's bring back the key to the tavern keeper and see if he knows this place.
Good freaking Lord. You'll never make it through this game without a guide, I promise. Okay, tavern keeper, here's your key bag, buddy. Thanks.
Did you find everything to your liking?
Indeed, you are as good as your word. I found the charts just as you said. Does the name Ardnamurcombe mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. It's a lighthouse along that very coastline. Legend has it, the place was built over a pirate's hideaway. In fact, now that I think on it, that spot is right in the middle of the tempest that is taking down all those ships. Rather odd-looking building. They say the chap who built it, Stevenson I believe his name was, that he fancied up the entrance with foreign symbols, Egyptian obelisks and even a dog with wings. Strange fixings for a lighthouse, isn't it?
Huh. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, well, I think we can go back to the bookstore now. What the heck? Where am I? No, this is Baker Street. Wrong. No, that Barnes Bookstore. Okay. Whoop.
Mr. Holmes, I was able to translate the pages that you wanted. Come, I will show you. This book is quite ancient. It tells of a terrifying sect devoted to strange entities. The descriptions are vague, but we can presume the origin of this myth arises from the destructive Leviathan represented in the Bible, a creature said to sleep and dream in a strange city under the sea.
A nightmare sleeping within the sea.
To be exact, the pages you asked me to translate are in fact a prayer or invocation to this entity and the description of the ceremony associated with it. To be frank, what is described in this book would make one laugh, were it not for its reliance on such horribly obscene, morbid, and bloodthirsty language.
And this ceremony, what can you tell me about it?
Promise me you will not laugh. The book says that hundreds or thousands of years ago, during a particular alignment of the stars, a priest performed these rites, invoking the name of a destructive Leviathan. The priest intoned his name and called for his return to this earth so his followers could give him his due. The priest then asked a representative of each nation on the earth to recite the invocation and sacrifice themselves to the sea from atop a colossal natural rock tower surrounded by water. All this is quite absurd, isn't it?
Pray continue, Barnes.
As you like. It goes on to say that the ceremony must be held under the image of the messenger of the outside gods. Nothing more exact is said on these entities. However, from their description, their messenger would have a form rather close to the Egyptian Sphinx, except that his face is without feature and jet black in color. So an idol in its likeness must be present during the ceremony. But can you imagine that? Some so-called priest and an international crowd atop a tower singing in unison before some faceless winged stone lion?
I can imagine it very well, Barnes. You say that these people are to throw themselves into the sea so that their god will have his due. But what is it about? What does this god seek?
That's the most preposterous part of this tale, and proves it to be pure myth and fancy. Even for the sake of argument, this ceremony could never have happened. In such ancient times, it would have been quite impossible to gather representatives from every nation on Earth and in one place.
I understand, Barnes. Humor me a bit more, and please answer my last question. What would this Leviathan want from us?
Indeed, we would owe this creature our world. According to this, complete the ceremony and the collective sacrifice, invoke the demon, and he will arise and swallow the earth. Yes, Holmes, they sought nothing less than the end of the world. What nonsense!
Thank you, Barnes. I must leave now. Goodbye. The newspaper dating before our departure. Watson, find it. There was some article about the current alignment of the stars. This may tell us precisely how much time we have left.
But Holmes, surely you can't believe...
The newspaper, Watson. Find that newspaper.
Look, Watson! The light is barely lit! This explains the shipwrecks and recent disappearances.
Holmes, if we do not find a place to land, and soon, I fear they will add our names to those poor souls lost in these seas. Oh my God! Holmes! Look! The sea! It just swallowed him!
Lambs for the slaughter! Watson, we must stop this!
Oh! Oh! I'm in control again. We're gonna pause it. We're gonna freaking say it. Ah, it's getting freaking crazy. So crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you guys next time. I think that we're getting pretty close to the end, so don't miss it. Stay toasty, my friends.